You good. You good. You good.
Champ, I need a shot with the champ. Come on, Booth, get up in there. Champ, get up in there.
Good. What do you do when your ex-husband's new boo shows up pregnant and flaunts it in your face on live television? Oh no, baby Remy Ma did not come to the BET Awards to play in Claressa Shields. Sis came to slay. But what nobody expected, not the fans, not the security, not even Betts, panicked cameraman, was for Remy Ma to snatch Claressa on stage like it was a WWE Royal Rumble. And y'all, the mic was still on. This wasn't just petty, this wasn't just messy, this was historic. 1 second, Claressa was smiling for the cameras with that baby bump looking extra intentional the next. Remy was in heels, lashes, fluttering, dragging her like she was pulling her own career back out the mud. And you know what's even worse? The entire thing was caught on 4K. BT tried to cut the feed, the clip still leaked, and the crowd screamed like Beyoncé just announced a surprise divorce tour. But here's the kicker. What? Claressa whispered to Remy right before the slap might have been the final straw, so sit tight because this rabbit hole goes way deeper than just some pregnancy glow and red carpet tension. It all started with a sparkle, not just from the BET Awards red carpet drenched in designer heels and fake humility, but from her Claressa Shields, the self-proclaimed GWAT, undefeated in the ring and now undefeated on Remy Ma's turf. Cameras flashed, fans screamed. But when Claressa stepped out of that black SUV in a custom Balenciaga maternity gown with a belly bump no one knew about until that very second, the entire internet imploded. Pregnant by who? Oh, don't act brand new. You know who? Papoose, Remy Ma's longtime husband, the man who once wore black. Love like a brand deal. The same man who stood by Remy through prison, probation, and public scandal was now allegedly the father of Claressa, unborn child. But that wasn't even the loudest part. It was Claressa's smug little smirk when she passed by Remy on the red carpet, that sideways glance that screamed checkmate, sis. And Remy, oh Remy Ma, stood there like a statue, a highlighter yellow statue. Thank you very much. Eyes locked, lashes, twitching lips, sealed like she was holding back a fireball from the sixth circle of hell for those who've been under a rock or sipping NyQuil through all of 2025. The Remy Papoose Claressa triangle has been an ongoing spectator sport. Remember the leaked footage from last year's Brooklyn Caca, the one where Remy caught Claressa sitting real cozy in Pap's lap while explaining the fundamentals of jab spacing? Yeah, that was strike one. Then came the infamous podcast episode, the one where Remy walked out mid-in when the host asked her about Papoose's newfound love of boxing. Strike two. And now this BET Awards moment. This was strike three, and Remy Ma brought the whole baseball bat. The tension was thicker than Nicki Minaj's block list. Bet organizers, ever the optimists, thought it would be smart to seat Remy and Papoose just one row apart, bold, suicidal, almost poetic. But then came the moment. The night was already teetering off the rails when Claressa Shields was announced to present the award for Best Female Hip-Hop Artist. She strutted on stage like she wasn't 6 months pregnant, glowing confident with that kind of energy that says, I already won, and y'all can't take it. And then she went off script. Instead of reading the teleprompter, Claressa cleared her throat and said, before we get into this award, I just want to say, being a fighter isn't just about the ring, it's about choosing to fight for love, for life, and sometimes for a family, especially when you're about to start one. Gasps, laughter, phones out, the BET control room, full-blown panic. The camera cut to Remy Ma, who looked like she'd just swallowed a ghost pepper, dipped in betrayal, and then Claressa rubbed her belly, dead center. On stage, no words, just gesture. That's when the crowd screamed. That's when the live stream chat exploded. That's when Remy stood up. It was not rehearsed, not cute, not BET-friendly. In full heels and a floor-length custom gown, Remy Ma stormed that stage like she was reclaiming her time, her man, and her storyline, all in one move. BET tried to cut the camera. Didn't matter. At least 12 phones caught what happened next. Remy grabbing the mic, Claressa backing up slightly, still smirking, and Ree's voice shaking but loud. You want to talk about fighting? Say it to my face. The asterisk. Instant chaos. Security scrambled. Claressa took one stiletto step back, but before anyone could defuse, Remy snatched her wig like it owed her money. Yes, the wig on national television within minutes. Social media was on fire. The slap iconic, the wig snatch legendary. The audio clip on TikTok, Twitter, and the dark web within 30 minutes, and the top comment from a verified user, not Remy, turning the BET stage into love and hip-hop, final boss edition. But here's what you didn't see in the mainstream footage. The whisper, according to a backstage source who claims to have been 3 feet from the mic feed, Claressa looked Remy dead in the eye and whispered he wanted a real legacy. That was it. Those 5 words allegedly pushed Remy over the edge. Pause, let that sit for a second, because this is where things shift from red carpet drama into full-blown national spectacle. You see, that baby bump wasn't just a surprise. It was a weapon, a calculated diamond-studded grenade, lobbed straight at Ree's pride on one of the most televised stages in hip-hop. And Claressa, she didn't flinch, not when the crowd screamed, not when security jumped in, not even when Remy's acrylic nail flew across the floor like a stray bullet. It took 3 people, yes, 3, to pull Remy off the stage. Claressa stayed behind the mic, fixed her hair, adjusted her wig, smiled, and then without missing a beat, she said, "Let's get back to the award, shall we?" The room didn't know whether to clap or call 911 outside. The venue chaos spilled into the parking lot. Rumors flew that Papoose was already waiting by the side entrance. Some say he left with Claressa, others claim he tried to talk to Remy only to be shoved aside by her security detail. But one thing is certain, nothing about this night was accidental. This wasn't just a red carpet rivalry, this was war, public, messy, and very, very real, or at least it looked that way, and the internet. The internet was just getting started. Next up, leaked DMS'd anonymous staffers and the baby shower that may have confirmed everything. Claressa said it's about to get ugly and very personal. Part 2 picks up right where we left off with a clip that leaked from backstage and the text messages Remy allegedly sent to Papoose's phone. Just minutes after the onstage altercation, things are about to spiral. The bet? Awards crowd was still buzzing, tweets flying at lightning speed when the backstage clip dropped. It didn't come from TMZ. It didn't come from Bet's official feed. It came from a verified burner account that's now mysteriously been deleted. The video, shot vertically, shaky and uncut, showed Remy pacing furiously backstage, her wig, slightly tilted, security guards trying to hold her back while she screamed into a phone. Some say it was her manager. Others swear it was Papoose himself, but the phrase that echoed loud and clear in the clip was this: "You lied to me, you said she was a rumor," and just like that, speculation became confirmation. Within the hour, someone else posted what looked like a screenshot of text messages, allegedly between Remy Ma and Papoose. The messages were timestamped only 30 minutes after stage reveal. "Why didn't you tell me she was pregnant? You really going to let her play me like this? Bet stage, that's what we're doing now?" And Papoose alleged reply: "She said she wouldn't go public yet. I didn't know she'd do it like that." That message alone sent Twitter into a full-blown meltdown. Hashtags exploded. Hashtag BTA by Gate, hashtag Remy versus Claressa, and the now infamous hash, whose legacy. But the text leaks weren't the only receipts hitting the net. A Detroit-based event planner posted what appeared to be a private booking request made weeks ago for a baby shower scheduled under the name Shields Papoose. Event: Tudor cake, private boxing ring, guests limited to 30 theme. A legacy in the making. The internet ate it up like free popcorn at a scandal screening, and then came the voice memo. 30 seconds of grainy audio, allegedly recorded from a FaceTime conversation between Claressa and an unnamed friend. The friend asks, "So is Papoose excited?" And Claressa's voice responds, "Girl, he already got the middle name picked out, said it gotta start within our said it's for respect." Fans lost it. Comment sections were nothing short of warfare. One side argued Claressa knew exactly what she was doing and weaponized that stage moment to push Remy over the edge. The other side said Remy had it coming for months, that karma had been loading since she ignored Papoose publicly and flirted with every battle rapper on her podcast. Suddenly everyone had an opinion, and every celebrity weighed in. Foxy Brown posted a cryptic IG story that just said, "Can't keep a king when you act like a court jester." Snoop Dogg left a comment under a Bet recap post. "Damn, Remy took lean back to literal with that slap." And Cardi B, she liked a tweet that read, "Claressa didn't start the fight, she finished the storyline." Meanwhile, media outlets tried to do damage control, but it was too late. The leaked backstage footage was already making headlines globally. Late-night shows made parody skits. YouTubers were live reacting to the wig snatch in slow motion like it was the Zapruder film, and Remy, she went silent. No tweets, no reposts, no IG stories, nothing until early the next morning when a blurry paparazzi photo surfaced. Remy Ma leaving a hotel in LA. Hair-covered face, visibly swollen, and what appeared to be tears streaking her cheeks. Her team denied any medical attention was needed, but fans noticed her engagement ring was gone. And Claressa, she doubled down. Not only did she repost a fan-made clip of the Bet moment, but she added the caption, "You can't snatch a crown from a queen. Only wigs stay mad." The post got over 1 million likes in under 2 hours. Papoose, on the other hand, was radio silent, but people noticed he had changed his Instagram bio to remove all mention of Remy. The Black Love tagline gone. His pinned post with Remy archived. Then came a new post, a carousel of baby items, boxing gloves, a little onesie with Legacy Champ stitched in gold, and a black and white ultrasound photo, blurred just enough to hide names. Captions: "Sometimes blessings come through chaos." No tags, no location. Just that, and the internet broke again. The comments flooded with shock, heartbreak, anger. Thousands of fans who had supported Remy and Papoose for over a decade felt betrayed to them. This wasn't just a celebrity breakup, it was the collapse of an institution. A reminder that no love, no matter how iconic, is immune to real-life mess. People started pulling up old interviews. In one, Remy once said, "If I ever found out he had a child with someone else, I wouldn't even yell. I'd just walk away. That's the one thing I can't come back from." Well, here we are. Behind the scenes, rumors of legal conversations began circulating. Insiders claimed Remy's team was reviewing the possibility of filing defamation or emotional distress charges, not necessarily against Claressa, but potentially against Bet Broadcasting. The ambush live without warning. Bet in response released a vague press statement. The Bet Awards celebrate the best in black culture, music, and talent. We do not condone violence of any kind. The incident is being internally reviewed. Translation: we didn't stop it, we just regret getting caught. In 4K, meanwhile, Claressa's camp was eating up the publicity. PR reps were allegedly pitching her for a new series called Legacy, centered around balancing boxing, motherhood, and media chaos. Streaming platforms were already circling, one insider claimed. Netflix offered a mid-six-figure deal within 24 hours of the bet. DRAGS fans split further. Team Remy began circulating clips of her most emotional interviews, rallying behind her pain, saying she was blindsided and humiliated. Team Claressa argued she was just living her truth and had every right to announce her pregnancy. However, she wanted, even if it meant dropping that bomb on stage in the middle of this chaos. One tiny detail went viral again. An eagle-eyed TikTok user zoomed in on Claressa's dress from the Bet Awards. On the belly area, sewn in gold thread, barely visible under the lights, was one embroidered word, PAP, and that was when everyone knew. This wasn't impulsive, it wasn't drama for drama's sake. It was a carefully timed takedown of Rhee's pride live on the biggest night in black music. But what drove Claressa to go that far? That answer came in the form of another leak, a direct message thread, allegedly from Claressa's backup phone, screenshots posted by someone claiming to be her former stylist in the thread. Claressa wrote, "Weeks before the BET Awards, she disrespected me in private. I'm going to teach her in public." This line alone shifted public opinion. Again, now it wasn't just about betrayal, it was about revenge. A cold, calculated performance with a baby bump as the final act. The morning after the BET Awards incident, Remy Ma's legal team wasted no time. By noon, a formal cease and desist was reportedly sent to Bet's headquarters in New York. The accusation: unauthorized emotional exploitation, defamation by way of staging, and deliberate endangerment of public image and reputation. One insider claimed Remy's camp demanded the full removal of the Bet broadcast from streaming platforms, an apology statement, and a compensation package for damages. Bet's response: silence. And in silence, the chaos grew louder. Meanwhile, Remy had gone fully underground. Her stylist, assistants, even close friends went dark on socials. Paparazzi tried to catch a glimpse of her leaving her hotel, but she was gone, vanished, flown back to New York that same night, according to airport staff who saw her board a private flight with her manager in a black hoodie pulled over her head. But Claressa, she wasn't hiding. She doubled down again, just hours after Remy's legal threat surfaced. Claressa posted a new maternity photo, her hands on her belly, standing inside a boxing gym, with a caption that read, "I was built for this, no hashtags, no tags, just confidence." And that was the final straw. Remy's fans erupted. Influencers who had built entire brands on black love and Remy's resilience began to shift their stance. People felt betrayed, not just by Papoose, but by the way the entire night had exposed Remy. Silence as weakness, not strategy. The queen was no longer playing chess. She had been checkmated. Then came the email leaks. An anonymous employee at Bet reportedly shared screenshots of internal emails between producers and PR agents detailing concerns about seating arrangements, possible confrontations, and Claressa. Unscripted speech, one line in particular, caught fire online. "Let her say it, the ratings will be worth the fallout." That sentence changed everything. Now Bet was no longer the victim of onstage chaos, they were the puppet masters. Fans were outraged, viewers called for boycotts. Celebrities who had performed that night started issuing subtle distancing statements. Lizzo tweeted, "Black women aren't props, we're not storylines." Solange posted an IG story, "You exploit us, then act surprised when we scream even." Erykah Badu commented under a viral clip, "Y'all let the devil in," and clapped when she danced. The fallout wasn't just emotional, it turned financial. Rumors swirled that Bet lost a major advertising contract within 48 hours of the clip going viral. A prominent Blackhound skincare brand allegedly pulled out of a long-term sponsorship, citing uncomfortable alignment with public exploitation of personal trauma. Meanwhile, Rhee's legal team went a step further, filing a preliminary complaint in New York civil court, alleging intentional infliction of emotional distress. The target wasn't Claressa, it was Bet. The complaint described the broadcast as a premeditated ambush orchestrated under the guise of celebration. It demanded damages totaling $2.5 million and an on-air apology. Bet declined to comment. But the damage was done by the end of the week. News outlets weren't covering the Bet Awards winners, they were covering the lawsuit, the scandal, the betrayal, and the ongoing silence from Papoose. And that silence, that's what really cracked the fans, because no matter where you stood, Team Remy or Team Claressa, one fact remained: Papoose still hadn't said a word until he did. It wasn't a post, it wasn't a video, it was a pinned comment under Claressa's latest post, a picture of her holding baby's shoes in front of a pair of boxing gloves. The comment read, "I got your corner forever." Fans lost their minds. It wasn't just confirmation, it was alliance, a declaration that Papoose had officially chosen his side. And it wasn't with the woman he built a public brand of loyalty around for over 15 years. That same night, Rhee's cousin went live on Instagram, 30 viewers at first, then 100, then 10,000, and what he said lit everything back on fire. She ain't trying to play victim, but y'all got to understand, sis was blindsided. Papoose told her it was over with Claressa months ago, that this baby was a rumor bet, knew what they was doing, and Claressa, she ain't innocent. That speech that was rehearsed, the live got clipped, reposted, and dissected. People began debating whether Remy had truly been played, or whether this was karma for her own past behavior, because let's not rewrite history. Remy Ma wasn't always the angel in the stories she'd publicly shaded. Papoose joked about loyalty like it was a marketing tool, and flirted with enough rappers on her platform to make fans question if she ever really respected the man who held her down through her darkest years. But now the tables had flipped. The one who had been seen as invincible was now the one being dragged, not physically but publicly, emotionally, and legally. And as the dust settled, one more twist emerged. According to a source close to Claressa, the baby might not be Papoose's. After all, an anonymous tipster emailed several blogs claiming that Claressa had been seen multiple times with her ex, a Detroit-based trainer who once worked her corner before being quietly replaced in January. A photo surfaced blurry, taken from a distance, but it was enough to raise eyebrows. The blogs ran with it. Is the baby even Papoose? Trended by midnight, and Remy, she pounced. Her legal team amended the complaint, now adding defamation of character, citing Claressa's intentional deception and manipulation of narrative for public gain. Claressa, of course, fired back. Her rep told reporters that the paternity speculation was pathetic, desperate, and completely false. They offered to provide a test, but only after the child is born, and that's where we are now. A public implosion, a baby whose father is still unknown, a marriage destroyed, a legacy rebranded, a lawsuit that could shake the Bet Awards forever, and a silence from Remy Ma that's louder than any punch Claressa ever threw. The story isn't over. The baby hasn't even arrived yet. But one thing is clear, that stage moment wasn't just viral content, it was the beginning of a war. So now the question isn't just about a leaked clip or a slap on stage, or even a pregnancy that may or may not be Papoose's. It's about legacy, about betrayal, about what happens when the queen you rooted for is suddenly dethroned. Not by a scandal, but by silence, because in this mess of backstage whispers, Instagram captions, and courtroom drama, one truth keeps echoing louder than all the chaos. Remy Ma didn't just lose her man on live TV, she lost her narrative. Claressa came. With the cameras ready, Bet rolled out the stage. Papoose said nothing, and the internet chose sides before Remy could even fix her wig. But here's where you come in. Do you believe Claressa went too far? Was that on-stage pregnancy reveal a power move or a personal attack? Is Remy just playing victim now, or did she really get ambushed in front of the entire culture? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't hold back, because if there's one thing we've learned, it's that the truth doesn't always go viral, but the drama always does. Make sure to like this video if you're still screaming from the Bet. Click subscribe for the next chapter, because with this triangle, the baby's not even born yet, and we've already got a whole series. And remember, in the world of celebrity betrayal, the wigs might be fake, but the tears, oh, they're 100% real. This is Scoop Bazaar, where we don't spill tea, we drown in.